Welcome everybody to the XRP Bush channel coming to you from beautiful Venice Island. Another gorgeous day out there, albeit at our beach we have something that's called red tide. So when the Gulf of Mexico starts to heat up, have this red tide that starts to develop. Sometimes you can't see it, the ocean looks pretty, but you sure can feel it in your lungs. So hopefully that goes away, may curtail me wanting to go down to the beach for a few days until that is gone. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button below the bell for notifications, that like button, tap it, slap it, whatever makes you happy. Link to our Telegram group is down below. A lot of fun. You will level up your knowledge. And also you can follow me on Twitter. So today I got to announce again, day 3 of no beer. You guys help me stick to it. Going teetotaling until I finish my 6-pack challenge, which ends in September. Hopefully I'll have a $10 XRP by then. Nice distraction for me. And actually, I'm going to wait till about September 20th, and then I'll be popping some bubbly for me. So not quite until the end, but that gives me a good solid 2 months. And so announcing this, just another way to hold my hand to the fire. Now, the title of this episode is XRP Up and Down, Short Term. I have answers, so this is a must-watch. Watch till the end. You can skip it to the end if you want to go straight to that, but it's very interesting. We are having a green day in the market. Kind of fun to see, too. I got one of my coins was up like 80% a little while ago on the 24 hours. I was so happy, so I own a good bag of that, too. And if you're curious, that would be called Gala, which is Gala Games. They are also on the Flare network for NFTs. I believe that also has a big part in our future. Gaming is going to be big, not financial advice. Anyway, and also great news. I could not believe this last night. I was looking on Twitter, and I saw on Twitter that it was the site for Flare for Europe had a quote talking about there were going to be 4 free coins, airdrops that we get. And I was only aware of one, that is Flare DFL, and then the DFLR Flare, and then the Songbird. But they had a new one called S Flare. And I was scratching my head. Irfan, thank you so much. We kind of talked to each other in the Telegram group, dug down into it. So it is to be announced. So we have a 4th free coin if you were part of the airdrop with XRP back on December 12th. XRP is just the gift that just keeps on giving, makes me so happy. Also, just in the news, this is kind of interesting because this was floating around on the news about Gary Gensler. You know, he's kind of like speaking out of both sides of his mouth. Some days you watch him in MIT and it looks like he's, very pro XRP. And then other days, this happened on July 21st, he comes out and he was speaking at the American Bar Association of Derivatives and Future Law Committee. And he starts to, he just says, he comes out and he says, look, this is my own opinion, what I'm speaking about. And he really comes down to say that basically he's talking about all these assets in this space he considers to be within their realm of being a securities. And then he goes on, but after he's talking about the I in the first person, I'm not speaking for the SEC. In this speech, he goes down to start to speak in the plural, like we have brought some cases involving retail. We will continue to use all our tools in our enforcement toolkit. So I do have breaking news. I have a breaking statement from Gary Gensler that just came out. I wanted to read it to everybody. It says basically, where is that breaking news? Oh, it says, nothing I say or do should be used for financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. All right. And then talk about entertainment. This also came out. Kevin Cage, about 2 days ago, he had a tweet talking about the Navy was going to use a chip that gets implanted in the human body, and the Navy was going to be using it, and it was going to be using Ripple, and I guess XRP. Crazy stuff. That particular tweet went viral, and then I found, thank you, Jupe. She brought this to our attention. There's another young fella. I've watched a couple of his videos. He's also an XRP enthusiast, and he dug down deeper, and it was very fascinating because he started to connect the dots. And he was saying, well, guess who else? He's wondering if that was a dead duck and that was a project not still in play, because I think when they started to do this particular patent, which the company's called BuyChip, was in 2015. But then he's got in his video about in 2021 some talks about Amazon using that chip. Amazon using that chip in their payment system. Kind of really freaky stuff. Any of you guys probably were way too young to remember. There was a movie called Logan's Run that had Michael York and Farrah Fawcett in it. And you probably can't tell, but she's got like a little thing implanted in her hand right here. So kind of creepy and freaky if you ask me as far as the future. I think the future is going to be really wild for years to come. No telling what it's going to look like. And then also there was another video that I watched courtesy of the people in my Telegram group. They're just fantastic. And I tell you, this left me, it left me, most days, people that know me on this channel, I'm always pumped up about having and owning XRP. There are very few days you'll find me in the dumps. My cup is always half full. But today I woke up after I watched this video, blew me away. It's one of the most interesting videos I think I have watched in a long time. It has to do with the Black Swan event. I'm going to put a link down to it down below in the description of this video. I actually highly recommend and must everybody to watch this video. It'll make you start to step back and rethink and just kind of reevaluate all the things you have in this life right now. And Kevin Cage always talk about when in doubt, zoom out when he's looking at charts. And he's just talking about a 2 or 3 year period or 1 year period. We're talking about a zoom out of like 90 years. And it comes to this, super, super fascinating. This is the video. The gentleman's name that has it, and again, there's going to be a link to it, J. Martin Cambridge House. And it talks about in Italy, was run for about 900 years by the Etruscans, and they ruled Rome. And they had this thing where they followed that things had a pattern of there was a Black Swan event every 90 years ago. 90 years ago, what happened? The Great Depression. So I want everybody to watch that. But I've kind of been feeling like this for over a year just because I knew what was going on in our world economies as well as here in the United States, which is quite frankly unsustainable. So that's why I'm out of the stock market, no financial advice, but I just saw a train wreck happening. And here's an unbelievable perspective that he mentions in this in terms about the world's wealth. Do you realize that 20 people on this earth, there are just 20 people that have a net worth of $1.3 trillion. And guess what? They're half of the world's population, 3.75 billion people, have a total net worth of, you guessed it, $1.3 trillion. Unbelievable. So this Black Swan event that's coming up, it makes you realize that some event could happen because of the unsustainability about it. So just make sure, like in yesterday's video, I was talking about how, to be prepared. I'm always optimistic about I optimistic, hopeful about the best case, and I prepare for the worst case. So I've been doing that for a better part of the year. Anyway, while we're taking a look, it's so fascinating. I'm going to kind of skip a couple of those notes. Now for a fun little quote, this comes back to today's markets about where we're at. Mark Twain said, a beautiful quote, I love quotations, says, history does not repeat itself. It sure does rhyme. And I think that goes a lot for when we look at how we do our planning here on the channel with the people in Telegram and all the XRP YouTubers and other people with BTC as well, like CoinsKid that we follow. It's based around what's called fractals and Fibonacci retracements, and that history has a tendency to repeat itself, maybe not exactly, but very close. So with that being said, in this space, absolutely there's no one that knows if we're going up or down. It's all absolutely predictions. Every last one of them, go watch their videos again. They'll always put a caveat in there that says, we could get out of here and be going up and never kiss these targets on the bottom. And there are very few people to say, yeah, this is 100%. I will say BC backers awfully confident that we have seen the bottom, at the bottom's end, that we have hit a double tap on the bottom, and we're headed out to make that next big push upwards. So take a look at the markets today on Live Coin Watch. It's a beautiful thing to see because they're green all over. Bitcoin's is trading at 34,400 right now, up about 7% on the day. And our XRP right now is at 6% on the 24 hours, trading right at right under 62 cents. So it's kind of fun. And again, I'm happy because one of my coins is firing up like 60-80%, which is pretty neat. I like to go to CoinsKids because there are a couple of people just to point out about where I feel about where we are headed in this direction. And then this was one of the new techniques and charting tools you can use called the Gaussian channel. And in today's video on CoinsKid, he just doubled down on this. And it's very fascinating stuff, being that when on a Gaussian channel, that's all this green right here, you have this median mean that runs right through it. It's like the center of the river. And we have gone and broken past that history repeating itself, when we talk about it rhymes, it normally will come back down to test here. But it may come up and bump its head at that median, and it may go all the way up to the top. But so he leaves himself, saying that, look, I still think we're headed lower. The targets that he is looking for going forward is actually this weekend's kind of at the end of the week when we paint that weekly candle. CoinsKid says, look, if we break above 32,295, that's a bullish sign that we're going. If we don't do that, that's a sign that we're going to go and return bearish. Walter, within our Telegram groups, shout out to you, my friend. I was trying to dig down in some of the stuff you sent me, but I'm doing an abbreviated version. Maybe on Monday I can do a more elaborate one. But he says that target could be as high as 32,931. If breached, we head north. If not breached, we head back down to test some of these other lower levels. Again, I'm just going to paint a range that in BTC we're looking in a range of 28,000 to 30,000. On XRP, I still hold firm that we're kind of looking at that support level in that 40-cent, low 40-cent range. Again, as always, I don't have to time it 100% perfect, so I do have some orders down there. And here's another little bit of perspective for everybody on this, and it comes back to Kevin Cage. And Kevin Cage, shout out to you, my friend. I've been a part of his group for a while. And he is one of the smartest people I know, and he's also one of the most humble, and it's so endearing. He had a really short 3-minute video saying, I just wanted to thank everybody, because he's been around since 2017 pumping out videos, so a lot of work in regards to that. But one thing he does do, he keeps 50% cash on the sidelines for dips. And I'm not sure it's embarrassing. I don't know if I'm just too greedy to keep 50% on the side. But my bags are fully packed. I do have 8% that I'm doing on a swing trade, or just, cash on the side for the dip. And I'm 92% all in, just because, I'm not a short term. I'm holding for 2025 at least. Majority of my bags, not financial advice. Just want to take one last look, see if I have not missed anything that's kind of juicy in terms of what we wanted to share with you today. I don't think so. I hope everybody has a great weekend. This is kind of shorter. Who knows? I'll turn around, see how long it lasted once I get back to the camera. Everybody have a great weekend. I normally don't do a Sunday video. I might have a little something special on Sunday. We'll see how it goes. So if it fails, you won't see it. If it goes okay, you'll see it. Otherwise, I'll see you guys on Monday, and have a great weekend.